The violent agreement on the panel may end here.
Good, we like that.
Look, I think Wendy's right. The president tapped into it. The problem is his prescriptions, I think, were dead wrong. To scapegoat trade, to scapegoat immigration was not at all productive. Both have, I think, been great drivers of economic success in this country. I don't think the problem is inequality. I think the problem is upward mobility or the lack of it. And I worry about a focus on inequality because that ends up with certain politics of redistribution and the like, which I believe will never be broadly supportive. I think the real problem in America right now is that upward mobility is a phrase, but in many cases it's no longer a reality. And I think it's only going to get worse with the press of technology. Absolutely. We agree. And it's not just going to be, by the way, the 50-year-old guy has a high school education. It's going to be increasingly white-collar jobs. A wide variety of jobs. McKinsey's done very useful work on this. A wide variety of jobs is going to be vulnerable. And so coming up with a social response to that, and I think it will be an amalgam of education, training, portability of various safety nets. I think corporate tax reform would really help to repatriate all sorts of money for investment here. I think infrastructure programs. I think we're going to have a major debate about safety nets and whether they ought to be unconditional or conditional and so forth. But I think that's where we are as a society, and we better get there fast because the pace of technological innovation, I think it was President Obama's last speech in Chicago, and he used the word relentless, and it was exactly the right word. It is the relentless pace of technological innovation, and either in this country, many others, the social, economic, political response is not only are we not catching up, in some ways we're falling farther behind, and I think that is the big cloud. Just 30 more seconds, like Macron won in France, which is great, I thought, but it's not a permanent answer, it's a respite. And I think he and others have a couple of years, or we're going to see the return of populism with a vengeance there and elsewhere.